Welcome everyone to the Mayor's Report from Fountain Inn. Gary Long here on Tuesday, May 29th, 2012 with WFIS and Super Joe. And all of you out in internet land on YouTube or wherever you're seeing this or hearing this, I hope that you have had a great Memorial Day weekend. Let me give you a test, a little bit of trivia, and we'll have a test. For what day is Memorial Day stand? Some people say, we remember somebody because you wouldn't have Memorial. Well, it's a federal holiday, first of all, and it's observed annually in the United States on the last Monday of May. What was the former name of Memorial Day? Bet you don't know because I didn't. Decoration Day. It originated after the American Civil War to commemorate the fallen Union soldiers of the Civil War. Southern ladies' organizations and Southern school children had decorated Confederate graves in Richmond and other cities during the Civil War, but each region had its own date. Most dates were in May, and by the 20th century, Memorial Day had been extended to honor all Americans who have died in all wars, but each region had its own date. As a marker, it typically sets the start of the summer vacation season, and all children love Memorial Day. And they hate Labor Day, which marks its end, and they know they have to go back to school. Some kids don't really hate Labor Day. They just love to go wherever you take them. All right, that's my quiz was actually during that part, so we'll skip that. And we'll talk about the Hillcrest girls softball team. Oh, they are very deserving champions for the state of South Carolina in the 4A division. They fell out of favor in that, not out of favor with us, but they lost the first game and had to come back and shut the other team out twice. So they won, I think, 7-0 and 6-0 to win the state championship. So congratulations to those players, those coaches, and their families. There was a charity golf tournament held from the police department on Wednesday, May 23rd. Many thanks to all the sponsors for making that event so successful. There were 31 teams, 34 team sponsors. The winning team was Jared Lowe, Robert Davis, Paul Geddes, and Scott McKnight. And after everything was paid, the police department took in $14,628 to help with their summer camps, senior watch programs, and programs that they run throughout the course of the year. They don't not just after trying to get us to drive safely, but they give back. Our police department truly gives back to our city, and they're well-meaning people, and they do not want us to get hurt, so they will watch over us and care for us, and sometimes we may see the blue light in our rearview mirror, and they come up and talk with us, and they get our attention sometimes by having us go stand in front of somebody and say, I really didn't mean to do it, but can you help me out? And they generally will. But if you're doing something really bad, it's going to cost you and cost me and anybody else. So thanks to them and congratulations on a successful tournament. Out in Public Works, they want to remind you that this week is the last for the spring clean, which means they'll pick up just about anything that you take by hand to the curb, and it ends on May 31st. If you have questions about what and how, please call 409-3334, 409-3334. If you're interested in what's happening in the recreation, we're on countdown to the opening of the farmers market, Saturday, June 2nd, and it will be open every Saturday in June, July, August, and September, and the hours are from 8 to 12. If you have any questions, call Chris Barano, 862-4675, or Bill Welch, who's going to be there every Saturday at 275-8801. He watches over the farmers market and the farmers and gets in touch with them and makes sure they got their produce ready to go. You can go to our website under the farmers market page, and you can find everything you want to know about it. The Golden Strip baseball and softball tournament has started and going well. And for your team bracket, go to the city website, select Parks and Rec page, and games for all of the groups will be at Heritage Park on Friday, June 1st and Saturday, June 2nd. For more information, check with the Activity Center. Their number is, get your pencil ready, 862-4675, 862-4675. For those of you who are so inclined, we have a called council meeting tonight at 6 p.m. The auditors will review the draft audit for council, and we might have another item or two. It'll be so exciting. It'll be about like watching paint dry, probably, to hear what's going on in our budget. We've already been through that thing, and it is really will act as a good insomnia relief. Natural gas. I'm going to let someone else talk about that in a minute. I have a guest who's here, and we'll let him talk about it. Some of the other items are community-wide events. Fridays by the Fountain begins the summer series at City Hall. I told you about this one. Next week, it's a shocking group called Electric Boogaloo. You ever remember sticking your finger too close to the socket and gives you that little extra jig in your step? Well, that must be called the Boogaloo. They're called the Electric Boogaloo. That's on Friday, June 1st. Saturday, June 2nd, we have the farmers market opens, and you can see all that online. There were 2003, there were only 40 farmer markets in the state, and now we have 117 this year. Also, beginning at 11 o'clock, there's a Community Fun Fest at Woodside Park, sponsored by SoBU Beauty and Barber Salon on South Main. And for more information, you can call this phone number, 862-8636, or 313-1488. Then, if you hadn't had enough of good stuff in Fountain Inn, go down by the depot for bluegrass music. We have the Northern Border Band, located at the Farmers Market Pavilion on Depot Street. Come bring your chair, and bring your lawn chair or whatever chair you want. Somebody said, I think they're going to have it out here for 4 hours. I'm going to bring my recliner. So anyway, whatever suits you. I do have a lawn chair that does recline, but hard to get out of sometimes. Sunday, June 3rd, School's Out block party service, sponsored by Revolution Church. This event, the service, will be at the Activity Center. And for more information, you can call this number, 862-3070, or go to revolutionchurchnow.org. And on June 11th, 12th, and 13th, there's the Time Travelers, the first of 4 camps at the Fountain Inn History Center. Call Rick Owens at these numbers, 862-2586 or 918-6866 to participate. Call Miss Gwen Britt up here at City Hall if you didn't get all those numbers, and tell them you need those numbers so you can call Rick Owens or anybody else. Now, I've got a special guest coming up, and he'll be here in just 1 second. All right, with me this morning we have Mr. Mike Pittman. He's our manager of our gas department and has been doing a great job for us since he's come with us. Mike, it's been such a fun time watching our gas department thrive and grow. I can't even recall how long you've been here. I know it's been 4 or 5 years, seems like.
It's been 5.5 years.
5.5. Oh, well, we've been having a lot more fun than I even could imagine. And I'm going to just ask you, Mike, gas prices always come up when people talk with us and said they want to complain about gas prices and fees and stuff like that. What can you tell our citizens about our gas and how we reach? Whatever you want to tell them about it, but explain a little bit about gas prices and where we rank and all that in Fountain Inn.
Okay. Natural gas prices are at the lowest levels they've been in over a decade, which is pretty significant. And when you couple that with the mild winter that we had, most of the residents have seen a significant decrease in their gas cost. As when you compare it to oil, that we burn in our cars and things, that price has not dropped near as much as natural gas has. So we're seeing a whole lot of conversion from industrial customers that burn oil in their facilities to converting to natural gas because they can see a significant savings.
Suppose I wanted to put that natural gas in my car. Is that something people are doing these days, or companies?
Absolutely. What we're looking at now is the possibility of putting in a station that would, it's a CNG station, and
Compressed natural gas, right?
compressed natural gas. And what that does is allows a customer to come in and fill up their car with natural gas. And what we're finding is with the new conversions and things, it is a safe way for customers to actually burn energy in their cars and save money. It's significantly cheaper than putting gasoline in your car.
All right. It's pretty hard to manage right now and do that because there are very few of those stations around. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I think is there one in Greenville?
There is one in Greenville off Woodruff Road, and they're scattered throughout the state and the southeast. But anybody who does the conversion needs to know where these stations are so they don't get stranded.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea to take off on a road trip out through the United States. You might get stuck. You better have some alternative fuel in there.
That's
All right,
correct.
tell us a little bit about safety of natural gas in our city and what y'all do to maintain safety and how safe are our customers with gas.
Natural gas is a very safe product. We ensure that by doing integrity studies on our system, by doing pressure tests on our system, leak surveys, and that sort of thing to make sure that that we don't have any failures in the pipe that's underground, because you can't see them until it's too late typically. And so with the new compliance orders that the state is putting on us, we're making sure that all the residents are protected. We're doing our very best to make sure that our pipe integrity is good.
Okay, I was out the other day and I smelled something and I heard something and it looked like the ground was just bubbling or whatever. What should I do? And is that something I should be scared of or wary of? What should I do in that event?
In any event like that, the first thing I would do is call 911 in emergency and clear the area.
Make sure no demons are coming up for me, and
Absolutely.
and then they'll let somebody else But usually, when you see something like that, you know it's an event. Now I see these stakes sticking up out of the ground. What color are our natural gas markers?
They're yellow and they're marked with Fountain Inn Natural Gas Pipeline is located in that area, and if they smell gas or see something unusual, to please call the number that's on that stake or your Fountain Inn Natural Gas Company, Police Department, Fire Department, just to make sure that it's a safe area.
Absolutely. Mike, what else would you tell us about Fountain Inn Natural Gas today?
Well, one thing we're seeing is a pretty sharp increase in the number of services that we're putting in, which is a good sign. That's an indication.
That is a good sign.
Yeah, that the housing market is picking up in our area, and I think that is on the heels of all the new industrial growth that seems to be coming to our area.
Now, we just did some extensive development in our gas system. You want to talk about that a second?
I will. Last year, we constructed a high-pressure system on the east side of our system to make sure that we could meet all of our demand and future growth. This year, we just completed a 9-mile high-pressure system on the west side, side of 385.
9 miles is a lot of digging underground, huh?
A lot of pipe, it is, but it should last 20 to 30 years of growth.
That's amazing. Mike, thank you so much for being with us today and for helping us. And as always, folks, if you've got a suggestion or you want to hear something from somebody, just call into City Hall, send me an email or a call, and we'll try to get somebody on here who you would like to hear on air and talk about the situations around town. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day. Thanks to WFIS and Super Joe Lestringer for being with us, and thank you for always listening and giving us input. And don't forget, continue to send those Citizens of the Month. They have been very helpful, and the people that we have been getting on here have come from suggestions from people outside of City Hall. Thank you so much for all you do. And wherever you go, you tell them, when somebody says, now, where did you say you're from? You tell them very proudly, I'm from Fountain Inn. Come down and see us, and we'll go out and have a cup of coffee or a Coke, a glass of sweet tea somewhere in the city. Have a great day wherever you are. Be safe. Carry a smile. Tell them you're from Fountain Inn. Bye now.